Welcome to the Boom Bow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My
Yes,
name
sir.
is
Yes,
Ola
ma'am.
Tulipa.
Good morning.
First things first, we'd like to say happy Eid al-Adha
happy humming again.
Eid Mubarak.
Me, I'm not heard
Welcome
this
to
thing
the
before.
Boom
Welcome
Bow,
every.
Boom Radio.
I'm sorry, shout out to Muslims. Not like anything. But
My
every
name is Ola
season, I
Tulipa.
hear a
First
different
things
name
first,
that
we'd
I've
like to
never heard
say
before. I'm like,
happy
Okay, so
Eid al-Adha
Eid al-Adha.
Eid Mubarak.
me, I've not heard these things before.
period that
Welcome
we're in.
every. I'm sorry, shout out to Muslims. Not like anything. But every
You get
season, I hear a different name that I've never heard before. I'm like,
okay, so
okay.
that's al-Adha. You get period
Okay.
that we're in. Eid is the feast in itself is sacrifice festival.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
get which starts from 10 today Mubarak like Friday. I think in Arabic
Okay.
so something like al-Adha. You get
Okay.
happy. Eid, itself is so when you say
Okay.
Eid Mubarak is like
Yeah.
happy. You get
Festivities.
festival Mubarak.
Festivities.
That's why you don't
Okay.
put happy again. Something like you hear some people say happy Eid Mubarak. You're like no. You get so you get when you say
Okay.
Eid Mubarak.
So it's like
happy,
generic.
it's generic and
Festival.
festival.
Everybody-
That's why you don't
okay.
put
Happy.
happy.
Okay.
There's Eid
You hear some
people say happy Eid
Yeah.
Mubarak. You're like no. Which is what we
Okay.
so you get
Okay.
so Eid Mubarak.
So it's
Eid
like
Mubarak.
generic.
It's generic and used for
Everybody. Okay.
but
I get it.
there's Eid
Because I'm like,
al-Fitr,
okay. Like
there's
this.
Eid al-Kabir,
Yesterday
which
was
is
the
what
first
we
time I
have now,
actually
but
heard like
Eid al-Kabir
Eli
is
had
Eid
like
al-Adha.
okay. Never heard that before anyway.
No.
But
I get it.
because
Happy
I'm like, okay.
celebrations to all
Like, this-
Muslim viewers.
Yesterday was the
and
first time I
listeners.
actually heard like Eli
We hope
had
we wish you many
okay.
more years of this.
Never heard that before
And happy
anyway.
public holidays
But
to our
Nigerians.
happy celebrations to all
Yes,
Muslim
so,
viewers
of course, we know
and
some of you
listeners.
started last week Friday
We hope we
anyway.
wish you
It's
many
been a
more
long weekend
years.
for a lot
It's
of
been a
people.
long weekend for a lot
And
of
happy
people.
public holidays
Just
to our
tried.
Nigerians. Just made sure they call DC.
Yes, so
Yes.
of course, we know some of you started last
Thank
week
God
Friday anyway. So many people.
been a
It's been a long weekend for a lot
It's
of
been a
people.
long weekend for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs.
Just tried.
He
Just
was
made
speaking
sure
to
they
someone
call DC.
yesterday and he was telling me that that he was
Yeah.
out of town. That he will be back
Thank God that
the weekend.
so many
At the
people
weekend.
It's not even
Made
coming
it
back
and
on
this
Thursday.
whole week
Yeah.
is gone.
Entrepreneurs. He's going to be back on
He
Saturday.
was speaking to someone
also.
yesterday.
And he
Sunday.
was telling me that that he was out of
Oh.
town. That it was nice. The weekend. At
That's
the
not,
weekend.
It's not even
Made
coming
it
back on
and this
Thursday.
whole week is gone.
Relax and
It's
unwind.
going to be
back on Saturday or Sunday.
On Sunday.
You get a change of scene from time to time.
nice,
We
though,
hang
but
out
that's
with
not,
family and friends.
rule out
What
the
the
fact that
holidays
people
afford us to relax
to do,
and unwind.
so that after this show, one or two of us in the studio
change
change
of
of
scene,
if not both of
time.
us to
Or you hang out
separate
with
places to
family and friends.
check out
What
what's
the
happening
You know,
afford
with
us.
the mates.
Ram must
do.
be
I'm sure that after
devil
this
is a
show,
liar.
one or two
You know,
of us
and
in
you know
the
funny
studio
thing is that I remember
if
growing
not
up.
both of us to
And
separate
for
places
example,
to
yeah, this
check
morning
out
I was
what's
talking to
happening
Jada,
with the
and
mates.
she has
Ram
a
must
friend
be,
that is Muslim. Devil is a
And
liar.
Ibadan.
And you know, the funny thing is that I
It
remember
always goes
growing
back,
up.
like, you know when
And for example,
everybody
yeah,
else's,
this morning I was talking
meat
to
is
my
not
mom.
sure.
And
Alaja
she has a
meat
friend that is
sure,
Muslim.
very-
And
and
she said she
Ibadan.
had called
And
her yesterday.
we
She's
always
not
go
coming
to, like,
to Ibadan.
you know when everybody else's
I was like,
meat is
Tell
not
me
sure.
you're not gonna
that
make it.
she
Alaja
not,
meat
she not said that she
sure,
couldn't
very
make it,
but that she'll
she
try
said she
and
had
come
called
at
her
the weekend. Said she no worry,
yesterday that
she'll
she's
keep
not
her
coming
around.
to
Yeah.
Ibadan, but that
is my sister going to be around? Momsi now
I
said,
said,
eh,
Tell me you're
and
not gonna
she had
make
called
it.
her
she
she
not
not
she not said that
inform
she couldn't make it, but
her
that she'll try
come
and
in.
come at the
Like,
weekend. Said she no worry. that
and
she'll keep
you know,
her
I
around.
grew up
But
with that
kind of
is
thing,
my
yeah.
sister going to
But
be
also,
around.
I remember
Momsi now
having
said,
listened to
like,
sermons
she had called us yesterday
in
to
church when
inform
I was growing
her
up
that
about
she
how
was coming.
this
Like,
meat is critical
and
sacrifice.
you know, I
You're
grew
not
up
supposed to
with
eat
that
this
kind
meat.
of thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
what
also, I remember having
and
listened
you know
to
what?
sermons
By
in church when I was growing up about how
I think I remember very well,
this
there was
meat
one
is
particular church
critical
that we
of
spoke to when
sacrifice.
we
You're
were
not supposed to eat
that
that. The
this
pastor was
meat,
always hammering
you're not
about
supposed to
this.
eat that meat.
And
And you know what?
I remember,
especially
every
maybe
single time. I
the
remember
day that
there was
maybe
a
this
church- I think-
layer
I remember
falls on
very
a
well, there was
Sunday, yeah.
one particular church
And remember,
that we
I'm
spoke to
like,
when we were younger,
now you're
that the
telling
pastor was always hammering about
Remember
this. It's going
and
to go and eat rabbit.
Everything
I
was
remember,
We are all going.
especially
She's
maybe
carrying me.
the day
Bouncing
that
Go
maybe
go and
this
eat
layer
rabbit
falls on a
right
Sunday,
after
yeah.
this service.
And remember, I'm like, now you're
Ah.
telling
You know,
your pocket.
My mother is
beliefs,
going
different-
to
Yeah.
go and eat
Everything
rabbit.
you're saying
We are
is
all going. She's carrying me.
bouncing
Go
off
go and
the,
eat rabbit
influence
right after
sometimes
this
by
service
this
in
thing.
church.
We are.
Well,
Ah.
I'm glad also that yes, I heard those kind of things,
Yeah.
thought
Thought
processes, the way people look at
But
things.
Mhm.
There's a culture that we
We are
had then
influenced at times by
that
this thing.
allows us
We are.
But
Blend
I'm
seamlessly
glad
with
also that yes, I heard those kind of
Muslim
things growing
Mhm.
up.
festival and the Christian festival.
But
Yeah.
there's a culture that we had
Sarah.
then
that allows us.
Yeah.
It's not.
And
happening
it's
like
something that we
anymore.
don't do anymore. When we were young, when it was
Muslim-
Christmas
it's not
or
happening like
Easter,
that anymore.
you were given at
During
least
Christmas,
10, 15
your
other
mom-
families.
Yeah.
Food,
Your mom
same
packs
things that
food,
happens.
not
Yeah,
happening
and
like
it's something
that
that we don't
anymore.
do anymore. When we were young,
Yeah.
when it was
It's
Christmas,
not
or
happening
Easter,
like that
we
anymore.
were
Like,
given
during
at least
Christmas,
10,
you cover
15
not
other
different
drinks.
Yeah.
Food,
Your
the
mom
same
packs
things that
different
at
families.
least
Yeah.
10,
all those
10
Pyrex
different
bowls,
families.
you know,
Yeah,
what-
and all
this
those
is a basket.
dishes.
Then you have something that
Cover
looks like my kefir.
Yeah, you
Do
cover
with
it,
not the
take
kefir.
drinks.
And you find that.
And then
and
you take
them
them
different
at
families.
least 10 people, 10
Muslim
different
festivals.
families.
This
They
one,
have two
especially
festivals,
that
yeah.
we
Yes, I
use
agree.
one that Yoruba people like to do way back.
Yeah, because
And you
during
find that
Christmas, it was
during the,
always the Muslims you're giving food to.
Yeah, Muslim
And it's,
festivals.
and it's,
too.
they
It
too
was
respect.
especially this
Always
one that
Muslims
Yoruba
say,
people like to
but
call
also
Ileya.
some
Yeah,
Christian
because
families
during
exchange
Christmas,
food.
it was always the Muslims
That's
you're
how we
giving
grew up.
food
Yeah,
to.
that's how
And
we
it's,
grew up.
yes, I agree.
It was
I agree.
funny enough.
Always
When you look back
Muslims
into your
say,
house, you just see
but
there's
also
food from
some
this
Christian
person and
families
There's always like
then your parents had changed. That's how we grew up.
Yeah.
Everybody
It was,
grew up.
yes, I agree.
And
kind
everybody
of
be
like-
fighting. I'm the one that was go to this
When
person's
you
house
look
because
back
you know
into your
that
house, you just
this
see
person,
there's food from
money
this
is
person
short, and
and
It's
kind
there's
of like,
always like
then your parents had changed that they do in
yes,
America. Like,
yes,
oh, you go and
yes, I
and
agree.
it-
I
and
agree.
and everybody be
somehow,
fighting. I'm the one that was go to
we
this
have
person's house
allowed
because
that
you know that
culture
this person,
to just
money
die.
is short, and
it's kind of like
it was good.
you would
Now
look at-
looking back,
that
it's
during
an
the
amazing
period, like, you
culture.
would-
Yes, I
you would
agree.
eat
I
and
agree.
cook food somehow. We have allowed that
Apart
back
from
on
gifts
gifts
Culture
that
to
people
just
give. I'm
die.
talking about on the day
Day
of
of
the
the
celebration.
celebration.
When
Now
you
looking
were
back,
giving
it's an
them
amazing
your house,
culture.
you
come
were
for food,
giving
we come
people
for drinks
food
and
and drinks. But now we're at the place where
Apart from
Everybody
gifts
mind
that
your
everybody
business.
saying, oh, it's on the sacrifice.
Day
No,
of
it's
the
a constant
celebration.
thing.
It was
Then
a
you have
constant
people
thing.
who
Yeah.
come to
Sacrifice
your
of your
house
life, and I'm
who
not
come for
about
food, who come for
Yeah.
drinks and everything. But
You
now
just
we're
like
at the
meat.
place where
Okay.
everybody
Mind
everybody
your business.
saying, oh, it's on the sacrifice. No,
Seasons
come on,
have
trust me.
like-
And it's largely
Because of the wrong
I'm
things.
not
You know,
gonna-
my mom was telling that she
I'm
was
not going
telling
to lie.
a colleague
just like
that invited them for a
It's one
party.
of my favorite
That
seasons.
um,
I won't lie.
you know,
And
said she
it's
calls me-
largely
because of the wrong
I'm
things.
not
You know,
going-
my mom was telling that she
I'm
was
not going to
telling
lie.
her colleagues that
I mean, to come to
invited
my
them
house,
for a
oh.
party.
Let's know what we are doing.
That
Irregular.
she now said she called me and said, excuse me.
Do you understand?
I
And like
coming to eat
that's
ramen.
the
I'm
the
not
camaraderie,
coming to eat
the
cow meat.
the
I mean, take
fun
come to my house.
in
oh.
it. Like
Let's know what
everybody
we are
is
doing.
looking at,
And
and
then
then
I remember
Irregular.
when we started growing up to maybe
Do
like
you
7
understand?
to
And like
uni, and
that's
then when you are
the
home,
camaraderie,
you're going
the
to 2, 3, 4 different people's
fun
houses.
in it. Like everybody
As
is looking
young
at, and then
adults, like
I remember
your
when
friends that are Muslims, growing
you're
up
from
to
going
maybe
from
like
one person's
said going
house
to
to this
uni,
person's
and then
house
when
to
you
this
are
person's
home,
house.
you're
And it
going
was
to
just
2,
a
3,
fun
4
day.
different people's houses.
It had nothing to
as
do with
young
In fact, it
adults,
wasn't
like
even
your
you just
friends
wanted
that
to
are
eat
Muslims,
ramen.
you're from going from one person's
There
house
was-
to
there
this
was a
person's
particular,
house to this person's house, and it was just a fun
salad
day.
that I spent in.
It
Ikea.
had nothing to do
It's
with.
not the first
In
one.
fact, it wasn't
It was
even.
the most
We just
recent one, I
wanted
think,
to
like
eat
2 or 3
ramen
years
at
ago.
least.
There was
And you know, it was
plenty fun because a whole lot of salad that I spent in places became. It's not the first one, but it was the most recent one. I think like 2 or 3 years ago. From this
Yeah,
person's house
they
to that
do
person's
those
house. Plenty
things.
fun
People
because
brought
a whole lot of us from truckloads of places became just basically for fighting. They will pick out the one that's going to be slaughtered and all of that. This person's
Yeah,
house,
they
that
do
person's
those
house, party
things.
here. People
They-
brought someone's mom is saying,
Well,
truck,
yeah.
when are you guys coming
Do
around?
you understand?
Just
And
basically
within
for
the space
fighting.
of like 2,
They will
3
pick out the one
days,
that's
man.
going to be slaughtered and
ended
all
up
of
going
that.
to about
There's
7 or 8
Is this
places.
party
See,
here?
that's
We
the
didn't have
funny
someone's
name.
mom
That's
saying,
the-
people, when
yeah,
are you guys
yeah.
coming
Coming,
around?
do you understand?
Slapping a lot of-
And within the space of like 2, 3
chairs,
days,
man. We ended up going
And,
to
and you,
seven
and
or
whether
eight.
we
We
like
get
it
so
or not,
wound
it's a
up. We did that
Nigerian
sometimes.
thing.
We
Yeah,
get
That's
seeing
it's,
people.
it's
We
our
get-
thing.
there's a lot of
We get so
backstabbing,
wound
a lot
up
of-
that
I
I like to encourage people.
And you, and whether we
we
like
get
it
so
or not, it's a
wound up.
Nigerian
Take your
thing.
mind off
Yes.
Of
Take
words.
your
It's
mind
our
off.
thing.
We
You're
get so
correct.
wound up,
Exactly.
trivial
That-
and everything.
From time to
I
time,
like
it
to
helps.
encourage
It
people.
does. It
because
does. I agree with you.
Look for
It's a crazy
things
world
that
out
will-
there.
It is.
They
Take your
know
mind
the
Of words.
take your mind off
security gist
your
and all the
current
mutual
exact
distrust and
trivial
Like
everything.
with it, where everybody is
Yeah.
already on the edge.
does,
Every
it does.
little
I
opportunity
It's a
that
crazy
you
world
have
out
to
there.
just, you know,
They know the
release. I
insecurity
think that
gist
it's a
and
very
all
good
the mutual
opportunity.
distrust and
Like
everything.
with it, where everybody is already on the edge.
It's an amazing
Every
thing.
little opportunity that you have to just, release I think
Al-Hada.
that it's a very good
This is
opportunity for my
special.
Muslim friends, and you know, it's an
Listeners,
amazing thing,
yeah.
and it's amazing. It's amazing the way we all
Al-Hada.
celebrate.
Al-Hada
We all should celebrate with
all my
ourselves,
Muslim
because at the end of the day,
friends
everybody has a
and
public holiday. You're not,
Yeah.
it's not only
And
Muslims
Mubarak.
that are entitled to these
It's
public
amazing.
holidays
It's
still.
amazing
The way
So,
we
you know,
all celebrate,
have
we
fun
all should
and please
celebrate
be
with
safe.
ourselves.
That's it.
Because at the
Let's
end of
have
the day,
fun in
everybody has a
moderation.
public holiday.
And let's
You're not.
please be
It's not only
safe.
Muslims that are entitled to
And
these public
now,
holidays still. So you
in
know,
the spirit of
have fun
celebration,
and please be safe. That's it. Let's
there
have
are
fun in
reports that
moderation.
somebody
And let's please
is not
be
celebrating.
safe. And
Correct.
now, as in the spirit of
seems like they
celebration,
have been arrested.
there are reports
arrested.
that somebody
Please, I need to speak
is not
English.
celebrating.
Arrested.
All right. Okay.
As a
It seems
far
like they
away
have been arrested.
Cotonou,
Is it a far away?
arrested.
Nice.
Please, I need to speak
But-
English.
Far away,
Arrested.
excuse me, is another country. So it's far away.
A
Cotonou,
far away.
Monday night.
Cotonou. Is it
I
a far
thought you
away?
said you were speaking English. Nice.
Yeah, far
But-
away.
Far away, excuse me, is
Cotonou.
another country. So it's
Cotonou.
far away.
Far away,
Cotonou,
Cotonou.
Monday night. Monday night.
I thought you said you were speaking Cotonou.
Yeah, far away.
Cotonou. Some people say Cotonou. I think
I think it's Cotonou.
yeah,
Far away.
Cotonou is
Cotonou, yeah.
we used to call it
Monday
Cotonou.
night. Yeah, I think it's Cotonou actually.
Because we're Yoruba, I they go Cotonou. So people say Cotonou. The fun place. I think
I think it's Cotonou.
yeah, Cotonou
Yeah,
is
it's
where
Cotonou, yeah.
we used to call it Cotonou.
Yeah, I think it's Cotonou actually.
Because we're Yoruba, I they go Cotonou. Cotonou was a fun place at some point.
Okay,
in
so
my life.
listen
My
to you.
favorite memory from that place is a lot of us
And spaghetti.
used to go buy things
Mhm.
way back when. So,
Okay,
the
I'm
gist is
listening.
favorite memory from that place is the condensed milk. One of the
and
agitators
spaghetti.
for Yoruba
Yeah.
Nation, Mr. Sunday Igboho, who. So, the news broke around 2 a.m. The gist is about this morning that he had been arrested. One of the agitators for Yoruba
Yeah.
Nation Republic, neighboring Mr. Sunday Igboho, who
Benin Republic.
it broke around 2 a.m. A little bit of background because we always like to establish background so that people can get a picture of Benin
At times,
Republic, neighboring. You assume that
Benin
people know,
Benin Republic.
and they
Now,
don't. A little bit of background because we always
some
like
of
to
these things that
establish
we're
background
doing,
so that
the
audio, the video, people get to listen to it
At times,
after. You assume that people know.
this
No.
is deep and they don't. Sunday
And
Igboho,
again,
some of these things
became
that we're
popular
doing,
a
the
few
audio, the video, people get to
months
listen to
ago
it
when
after.
they were
So this is deep
by
and Sunday Igboho became popular a few gunmen who months ago were said to be of the
when they were
Hausa Fulani extraction
by
people that
alleged,
died. A lot of people had died. And he stepped up and gunmen who were
put
said
his
to
foot
be of
down
the
with his men.
Hausa Fulani extraction. Kind of people
Like,
that died. A lot of
went
people had
from-
died. And he stepped up and the regular
Put
Sunday
his
go
foot
down
down
with his men.
men.
A few people knew.
He
Some of us knew about
kind
it
of
from way
like,
back, but not everyone
went
did.
from
And it became like a global brand. Everybody
The
knew.
regular
Sunday
Sunday
go
Go
that
that
a few people
accounts
knew.
were springing up. People
Some
were
of us knew
talking
about it
about
from
it
way back,
home and
not
abroad.
everybody did. And it became like
And
a global brand. Everybody
he went
knew
from
about Sunday Igboho, basically agitating
GoFundMe
protection
accounts
for
were springing up.
people were talking about
in,
it. He got home and
abroad.
environs
And
to saying, look,
he went from
I am fighting for
basically
agitating
agitating
for protection for his
Then
people. We heard that.
in,
And at that
uh,
period, we
Igboho.
know where about
how the,
environs, Southwest
to
governors
say,
saying, look, coming up with
I am
a
fighting for
security
the
outfit
entire
called
Yoruba race.
Amotekun.
Yeah.
But we
Then
found out that he
he
had
had
nothing
that,
to do with
and
that.
at that
It
period
was
we
just
know
his
where
own man, how
and
he had a group,
yes.
Southwest governors. Then coming up with a security outfit called Amotekun.
Yeah.
But we found out that he had nothing to do with that. It was just his own man,
time for
and he had a group.
Then
Then somewhere along the line, the agitations
been
changed.
so
vocal
vocal
that they had
self-actualization.
called out several
Stand for
monarchs,
Yoruba.
several
Yeah.
Yoruba kings,
King,
somewhere
yeah.
along the line. We called them
So
first great
vocal
kings. That they had case in point, the
called
Onion
out
Fife was
The Onion,
several
I
monarchs
think
called
the-
out
yeah.
Yoruba
Sunday
kings.
Igboho at some
King,
point.
yeah.
We called them first
Yeah,
and all of that.
And it was
And people felt that
Case in
okay,
point,
this is
the
when people started
Onion
looking
Fife
at
was-
Sunday
Onion
Igboho
Fife,
differently.
I think
like,
we
oh,
calm
that
down.
guy. If you're fighting for point, the
I would
Yoruba
just
nation. Yeah, and all of that.
And it was
And people felt that okay, this is when
seemed
people
to have a
started
different
looking at Sunday Igboho differently. Like, wait a
calm
minute.
down.
If you're fighting
And
for
again,
the Yoruba
then
nation,
we
this
saw
the birth of our some kind of
he
seemed
seemed
to have a different partnership view of how things should be. Yoruba nation
And
in
again,
quotes. Then we saw the birth of
Indigenous people of
some
Biafra.
kind of
Yes.
synergy and partnership between
there was a
the time
Yoruba
when
nation
the
in
quotes and the IPOB leader said
Indigenous
that
people of
we
Biafra.
have a
Yeah.
sit at home practice or
There was
exercise
a
across the
time
entire
when
Southeast.
Yeah.
And when they were done, IPOB
They started
leader
tweeting and
said
saying
that
that
they
they
were
were
going to
over
sit
to
at
you.
home practice or exercise across the
in
entire
between that
Southeast.
time,
Yeah.
Yoruba Nation, and when they were going,
That's Sunday
started
Go
tweeting and saying
and
this
it's
guy.
cool.
And it's
And a
very
lot of
positive.
people actually
Yeah.
be going from state to state because
in
rallies.
between that time, the Yoruba Nation had been
And
that
that
Sunday Go
culminated
and
in
it's
school.
very
And a
positive.
lot of people
Yeah.
actually in Lagos.
They're
Going from state to
They
state
had the mother of
rallies.
It was going to be a big rally.
And
It was about
that
the Yoruba
culminated in
Nation.
their
And the
plans
venue
to
was
have
going to be
a rally in
Lagos.
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 Park.
Which later the mother of all rallies. It was going to be a big rally.
But
It was about the Yoruba
Apparently.
Nation.
the
And the venue was
state
going to be the Ghanaian
Commissioner for
Police
Park,
Police
state
Oh, they have
governor,
it.
at Ojota.
and even the federal government were like, nah,
But
no rallies because
Apparently.
of security
the
situation in the
state
country. A few days to that, state
Wasn't
governor,
having it.
Sunday
And
even the
Igbo
federal government were like,
house
nah,
was
no rallies because of the security situation in the
visited
country.
by
A few days to that
the
rally,
Nigerian
Sunday
security
Igbo
forces. House was
there was a gun battle, and in that gun battle,
visited
two
by
people
died
two
of the
people
Nigerian
claimed to be
security forces.
Sunday Igbo's and people
There
died.
was
Was a gun battle, and in that
And I
gun
think
battle,
about 12 people were arrested.
died. Two people Sunday
Igbo
Igbo
was not arrested.
Was not
Sunday Igbo
arrested.
people died.
said to have
Yeah.
escaped.
Yeah.
And I think about 12 people were
A
arrested.
little bit of more background is that
But Sunday Igbo was not arrested.
Was not
Sunday
arrested.
Igbo
is said to have
someone
escaped.
who
Yeah.
has
A
now
lot of
a little bit of
physical
more
powers.
powers. Someone who
I
has
have a question. Okay.
believed
Finish.
someone who has powers to
lot of,
conjure weapons,
metaphysical
like
Yeah.
they say, out of
Someone
thin
who
I have
air.
a question. Okay.
And there's someone
Finish.
who, when you shoot
Someone
at
who has
him,
the
powers
weapons
to
do not,
conjure
penetrate.
weapons,
Penetrate.
like
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
out of thin air.
So
It was alleged someone
by
who, when you shoot
his
at
followers
him,
and the
other
weapons
people that
do
oh,
not penetrate.
Yeah,
DSS could not catch so many other
Correct.
things. That
Yeah.
fed
So
into
it was
thin air
alleged
and everything.
by
Then
his
it was
followers
declared
and
other
by
people
the
that
DSS.
oh,
He was
asked to
Yeah,
give himself
DSS
up,
could
not catch him
and
because
Correct.
it
we
disappeared
didn't hear from him.
into
Again. We
thin
heard
air.
different stories. There was another rally.
Then
Then
he
it
was
was
declared wanted
in
by
support
the
of
DSS.
Sunday
He was
Igbo
asked
after
to
give himself up.
You know what happened
And
in his house? I
I didn't
didn't
hear
hear
from
from
rally
him.
in
We
Lagos.
heard
Different stories. There was
Really
another
did-
rally
did
in
hold
Old in
because
support of Sunday
police
Igbo
took
after,
ground.
and that
You know what
led
happened in
to
his house
the
and
death.
the
The rally in Lagos really did
one
did
bystander
Old
in
because the police stood their
I
ground,
think she's
and that
25 or
led
Yeah,
to
about
the
25 years
death,
old.
which we will come to later.
one bystander.
Because there's some new information
Yeah,
about
sure,
that.
I think she's 25 or
But
20
Yeah,
years
about
old or so.
25
In
years.
all, which we will come to
Sunday
later.
Igboho was nowhere to be
Because
found.
there's some new information
people
people
were
were
speaking
speaking.
on his behalf
But
and everything.
In all,
In fact,
recently the people arrested at
Sunday
the
Igboho was
Yoruba
nowhere to be found.
Nation rally.
Yeah, just
were
yesterday they
granted bail
finally
yesterday.
on his behalf and
granted bail
everything.
yesterday.
In fact, recently the
After,
people arrested
like,
at the Yoruba
They,
Nation
they
rally.
had
Yeah,
first
just
been
yesterday
denied
they
bail
finally
yesterday.
got-
Now they
They had
granted
a
bail
few
yesterday. After like
they had a few
they
conditions
had first
to
been
meet, but
denied
at least
bail. They've been
Yeah.
granted
Now
bail.
they
Now
had
it is
a
now
few,
in their own. For them to
they
get
had a
released,
few
they have to conditions.
be
to
released.
meet,
So
but at
basically,
least they've been granted bail.
long
Now
story
it is
short,
now
this
in their
particular
own-
Sunday Igboho he has
for
been
them
talking
to
about
get
has
released,
finally
they have to
been arrested.
Really?
So
Reports say that
basically,
he was arrested.
long
in
story
Benin
short,
Republic,
this particular
where
Sunday Igboho he
It
is
is.
talking about
There's
has
been
finally
stories that
been
number
arrested.
one,
Reports say that he was
he
arrested
had a Benin Republic
in Benin Republic
passport.
where
It is
where
there's
alleged
been
that he
stories
alleged
that
where
number
this
one,
was the passport he was trying
he had a Benin
to
Republic
use
so that he
passport.
was on his
It
way
is
to
alleged that
Germany.
he
It's
had-
alleged where
When
this
he
was
was
the
caught
passport
at
he
the
was
airport.
trying to use. That's
so
first
that he
things
was
first.
on his way to Germany when he was caught
Somebody
at the
else
airport.
has come out, which is one of his
That's
lawyers.
first things first.
Because
True.
the
Conflicting reports.
So-
somebody
had
conflicting
else
reports and
has
says
come
that
out, which is one of
he's
his
not in
lawyers.
Cotonou. He's
Because
he
one
not
the
get caught at an
conflicting
airport.
reports.
I had
That
conflicting
he
reports and says
willingly
that he's not
gave
in
himself
Cotonou.
up to the DSS,
He's
meaning
not
he's
in
get
Nigeria
caught at
and
an
not in
airport
Benin Republic.
that he willingly gave
And my
himself
first
up
question
to the
is,
DSS, meaning
at
he's
least
in
these two
Nigeria
sets
and
of
not in
people
Benin Republic.
are supposed to be fighting for the same person. Which
And
if
my
to the
first question
extent
is,
of at least these
the-
two sets of
the leader
people
of the
are supposed to be
there's
fighting
a
for
group,
the same person.
Ilana
Which,
Omo
if
Udua,
to
that
the
is
extent
supposed to
of
be also be fighting
the
for
the leader
Yoruba
of
nation.
there's
Had
a
come out to
group
say that
Ilana
they're
Omo
fighting
Udua that
for
are
him,
supposed to be
that
also
they're
fighting
they're
for
looking
the
for
Yoruba
ways
nation.
that he would not be
had come out to say
extradited
that
back
they're fighting
to Nigeria.
for him, that they're
I
they're
think that's like
looking
the
for
major
ways
story
that
now.
so
he
that's
will
like
not be
that
extradited back
that's a
known
background.
about-
Nigeria.
Yeah.
How they don't want him to come back to
Yeah, I think
Nigeria.
that's like
But
the
my
major
point is,
story now.
so that's like that.
There's
that-
a reason why
that's
he
a
was
background.
arrested.
Yeah.
How they don't want
in
him
the
to
first
come
place.
back to Nigeria.
If he did not
But my
commit
point
any
is,
crime in Benin Republic,
Republic. There's a reason why there definitely had to have been a reason in the first place.
For if he did not commit any crime in Benin Republic,
authority,
there definitely had to have been a reason
for the
manhunt for
Benin
him that was put out in
authority
from Nigeria to arrest him.
Other countries,
it happens
That's
manhunt for him that was
like
put out
Interpol is meant for,
from Nigeria to
so
other
if
countries.
he did not commit a crime there,
that's what
the idea of
like
arresting him in
Interpol is
another
meant for,
country is that
to hold him so that
if he
can
did not
be
commit a
brought back
crime
to
there,
the country.
the idea of arresting him in another country is that to hold him so that he can be brought back
that part
to the
I do not
country.
Understand.
Now the conflicting part is the fact that
he is committed
how there's so much talk about that, and then someone else
that part I do not
now
understand.
comes out with
now
another
the conflicting part
story.
is the fact
and in my
that
mind I'm like, how there's so much talk about that, and then someone else now comes out with another conflicting story. And in my mind I'm like, are you people not? Shouldn't you people be working together? What's the point?
You know, we might fall into traps that have been set by at times when we players of the game, the ones who are actually on the board, we might fall into traps that have been set by. Sometimes I look at it, the players of the game, the ones who are actually on the board. We are just deliberate.
Yeah, because this other person was also alleging. This lawyer was alleging that all the stories of him being arrested. Yeah, because this other person was also alleging. This lawyer was alleging that all the stories. And I'm wondering that so the Yoruba scholar also that put it out there. And I'm wondering
was he also fed the story by the DSS?
Yoruba scholar also that put it out there.
Then when
was he also fed the story by the DSS?
You see, so that's you know who to believe, and when this other person talks, people will say, "Man, truth, please go and take a seat. In fact, take two." You know who to believe, and when next this other person talks, people just say, basically talking. Please go and take a seat. It's possible again because two. You know, nobody saw this arrest coming because, and you're just basically talking. People who were it's possible again because you know nobody saw this arrest. Not expected to happen, and a lot of times as spin doctors they want to with it might just put something out for the sake of putting something out. Not expected to happen. I've always been against that. I've always said that you must have your story put something out for the sake of putting something out. I've always been against that. I've always said that you must have your story tight. Why was he saying this thing happened when people who are closer to I'm not sure that they will have come out to confirm that yes. So why was he that they're going to do whatever it takes when people who are closer to it?
Exactly. Now that is also a problem that is looking like
do whatever it takes
in Benin Republic.
Make sure that it doesn't get extradited.
Because according to now that is also a problem
when
that
he was
at the airport
in Benin Republic.
He was trying
because according to reports,
he presented that when he was at the airport to the authorities,
he was trying to leave.
He presented a Beninese passport,
which was that when he realized that he was going to get arrested, he tried to run away.
Which was
that when he realized that
they had to call for backup, and then he get arrested. He tried to run away. Now they're claiming that how they had to call for backup, and then he got arrested again. Now they're claiming that doesn't that
how
just add
is
to
it that
he
has a Beninese passport?
At face value. Yeah.
Doesn't that just add to his woes?
But okay, maybe when they probe further, they'll find out that at face value is probably married to someone from Benin Republic. Maybe when they probe further, they'll find out that it's probably married to someone for special status. Benin Republic, another possibility as an investor or whatever. You find out that another possibility for special status. You find out that another. It probably even has investor or whatever. Blood.
I like your what's it called, because I know that you're a very optimistic human being. I like your what's it called, because I know that you're a very optimistic human being. I like your optimism.
Another possibility.
Okay, so we'll wait for that, Debbie.
The people is okay with this, but before you move on, I made arrangements for him to travel. The other possibility is that country. The people is to another country. I made arrangements to avoid being arrested by the passport people who already to another country by his name. Because if you remember clearly, people who already some of the items listed by his DSS. Because if you remember clearly,
and you're wondering why there's so many passports in a particular place. There were actually I think about 9 passports. And you're wondering why there's so many passports in a particular place. So now there were actually I think about 9. There's a story that just popped up now as former governor of Oyo State. So now Rashid there's a story that just popped up now as former governor of federal government should declare amnesty. Rashid Sunday has come out to say that the federal government should declare amnesty for Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu.
The first things first,
as they did for Boko Haram.
Given amnesty?
Nope.
Okay.
I know that they said a few of them has been
Boko Haram been given amnesty?
Nope.
but they were.
I know that they said a few of them had been rehabilitated or something.
So how do you? But they are using the same parameter or process and rehabilitate. Let them also go through that process. However, they are using the same parameter or politicizing. Let them also go through that process. The problem is that on the part of the federal government, they've not done enough to stop politicizing things. That the problem is that on the part of the federal government, they've not done enough to convince people that we have found out that a lot of people are not true, throwing at them job to dig deep and research, and we try our best to disseminate. We have found out that a lot of federal government on its own part of it's our job. It's their so preserved. They must be able to let people know. But federal government after the things that are being said about them, but preserved. General perception out there, word on the street, just like that being said about them. But former governor. General perception out there, word on the street, just like word on the street is, oh, you read people former governor say, so they know how to arrest people, and word on the street is, oh, you read people say, so they know how to arrest people, and how come they've not arrested what's his name the Boko Haram people how come and every time you say that you're basically the Boko Haram people putting both of them on the same pedestal and every time you say that you're basically that's what you're saying putting both of them on the same pedestal. We all know that Boko Haram is a terrorist. No, that's what you're saying. The whole world knows that we all know that Boko Haram is a terrorist organization. If you're saying the whole world knows they are listed as a terrorist, they should be treated. If you're saying that means you're agreeing they should be treated that the people you are
speaking for are also terrorists. Yeah.
That's what you're already people you are speaking for. We should refrain from drawing parallels. That's what get what people are saying. So we should refrain from drawing parallels in that area. I get what people are saying. What I'm basically saying is that these guys are from the south.
But I think that I think it's a little different.
No,
but I think
what they're saying. I get it,
but they're talking about a singular person.
I get what they're saying.
I get it, but they're talking about a singular person that is thousands of people.
What I feel is that
I think it's. I don't think that there's a.
We have. What I feel is that affected by a lot of things that we don't. We have fact.
Yeah, I think it's completely unfair on soldiers for you to say that. Yeah, I think it's completely unfair on soldiers for you to say that.
Fact of the matter is that a few years station without a broadcast license. A terrestrial radio station, they had radio transmitters, they had a broadcast license. Apart from the terrestrial radio station, they had online transmitters, they had everything. Apart from the for that and one or two other reasons, he was actually arrested. And for that and one or two other reasons, he was actually arrested. There was pressure on government, a lot of agitations, just like people like government, a lot of agitations, just like people like the government must have listened. Doing it then, judiciary also must have listened, and they granted him. Judiciary also must have listened. He even granted him people stand shorty for him. He even had people shorty for him. There's a service senator who's shorty for him. There's a service senator who's
I'm about to ask you a question. Wait, talking about study shorty for people. Talking about study shorty. Is it part of their oversight function? Is it part of their oversight function?
Apparently.
That they should start shorty for
a certain level.
Because I don't understand.
For a certain level of you would require someone of the status. You would require someone of the status of a senator and above. Or a House of member.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just. Is it part of that? So is it
that?
As a senator, you have to be friends with a said criminal or a said criminal.
You cannot call them. You cannot call them.
We're going to get there, but we're going to get there. Senator is already. A certain senator is already. Doesn't want to start shooting. That she does not want to start shooting.
What it really is that we must understand that he jumped bail. Now not only did he jump bail, he now went online over 100 times. Making a lot of pronouncements. Yeah. And that's what the government have it. And that's what the government have it. That's what they are going to try and for. However, his own defense, they don't even have a right to extradite. They don't even have a right to extradite in the first. According to his lawyer, there's gonna be no trial at all. No trial at all.
But he jumped bail. All
of this time next week.
But my point is, he wasn't supposed to jump.
They're not even talking about the fact. They're not even talking about the fact.
Because that's what I don't seem to get. He was not supposed to leave the country. He was not supposed to leave the country. Like I don't get. Is it that? Like I don't get. Is it that? Have amnesia. Have amnesia.
So what it is now is that the part of going to do everything in his power to make sure everything in his power to make sure that because he has dual citizenship, that the British government might come to his aid. The British government might come to his aid,
and maybe lean on the Nigerian government. Maybe lean on the Nigerian government to say, this is our citizen.
Talking about it. UK Parliament had a discussion. About it on the floor of the House. About it on the floor of the House. Where UK Minister for State, Commonwealth had demanded the federal government of Nigeria should explain to the British government how it repatriated Nnamdi Kanu. So basically this debate was on the floor of the House of July 7th, 2020, which actually made this was brought to the House of Lords by Lord Ante, who sought the address to address the controversies surrounding the transfer of the East African country to Nigeria against his will. I have a question. If you have questions, actually, I get it that. And the same thing with the House or the Senate, maybe or I can write a petition. I think that they do not have a choice. They do not have a choice about it, but to talk about it, they have to talk about it. They have to. So yeah, so I agree. Anybody can send anything. Anybody can send anything. A lot of people have probably sent a lot of petitions to them. So it's very understandable. It's very understandable. Now, how is it that there's a statement that I saw here where the transfer of an Eastern African country against his will still brings me back to the fact that how do you have will after you broke the law and you were not even supposed to be in the country that you were in the first place, and that's the part I don't get. If we juxtapose that with Sunday Igboho is not being caught. He did not jump bail. Yes, he was wanted. So his was an arrest. Uncle, you're not supposed to leave like a certain other person that is not even supposed to leave Abuja. Do you understand? And I'm wondering, why is it that we suddenly have amnesia when it comes to that particular matter?
That's where tell you about agenda. It's about agenda.
Like if I feel if you are not, I'm not saying that he's guilty. I'm not saying that he's guilty because the matter is still in court. I think running away or jumping away does not even help your defense. It doesn't help your defense. You're literally giving the prosecution to accuse you of. It does not help your defense. It does not help your defense. Even if you are innocent. That alone is what they're holding on to. Cannot be granted bail again. That's the sole reason. They'll say that he's a flight risk. They'll say that he's a flight risk. Talking about it is happening to Abdulrashid Maina as well. And I'm wondering why is it that we do this? Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But why not help yourself? For a fact that you're truly innocent? And then you have a lawyer that can help your case that can help your case. Why not help yourself? Why not adding to your trend?
Bringing Maina into the mix now. So he's accused of corruption. Granted bail, jumped bail, escapes the country. Then he is arrested in a neighboring country. One of the things that they want to get is going by the airport is completely a no-no. You see these neighboring countries.
They're easy.
They're very close to the Nigerian government. They all share a common boundary. So they're constantly meeting, exchanging ideas. Remember the Cameroonian separatists who run into Nigeria? They were kind of like taking
bundle.
So some of these things might be contravening some international law somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, from the angle of God. They are basically safeguarding their own territory and their own government. And by extension, they will tell you, you populace. That's what they're doing. You might not see it like that, but they will tell you that's what for you. So they tend to want to go by road. They tend to escape through the borders, through the bushes, or wherever. But they still get arrested. However, really and truly, may now come out all the time and say was innocent and that people government that will be indicted. You have that now.
He should have done something
refusing to go into the court for whatever reason.
No, they're always ill. They're always ill. Now talking about that, yeah. The Senator Ali Dumi that was actually put in prison. Because Abdul Rashid which is something that we had not really seen before, but it happened. You know, officially happened where the senator had to spend I think 4 days in prison. Now he's in court.
So before you go for it, how come the same treatment was not meted out to the person who stood shorty for
I don't understand. Yes, because that person is a senator. Same thing with Mina's son, who is still on the run. And the House of Rep member that is still sitting in the House of Rep. Anyway, now looks like this was previously of the judge. And looks like the judge that was sitting on Abdul Rashid was just not having any of it. It wasn't just having it. Now he is back in court. Who is the senator that stood shorty for him that he wants to draw himself as shorty to
that must be possible, right? Remember that case. Lawyer of that case.
I said it's
not looking good for me now.
It's not looking good.
Your lawyer. I don't want to be.
Can you blame the man went to jail for not committing a crime?
Then your shorty also comes down to say, I don't want to be a part of it.
For example, I come now. Somebody used me to start shorty about maybe borrowed body or something. And then they see the person I've used as a guarantor. And now you not come to arrest me. The worst part, the painful part for most people that these things happen to is the fact that I did not spend the money that people. You know. Their comments.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
On YouTube.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Feedback from.
Okay.
Please fix the echo and make the show available as a podcast.
Okay.
If possible. Not daily podcast though. This is good feedback for us.
Thank you
very much, because while we're monitoring here on the headsets, we might not be able to hear what you hear out there. So thank you. This comment is on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Koega, and we will have our guys
look into that. Okay, so basically, another thing. So that's my point. Now, if your shorty says not drinking, and your what's it called, and your lawyer too says they are not doing again, I don't know for you. I honestly don't know.
Well, the beauty of it is that in the case of Mena, he has been arrested. He doesn't need a shorty anymore. The shorty is for bail.
I just like he's getting bail. Hey, if I be applying for bail.
No.
Bodo,
if you have jumped bail before, you can't be given that privilege twice. He can't. And this is not the first time he's running, so nobody will allow him.
So you cannot blame Ali Dube, especially when this person went to jail for something that he did not do. Probably most likely money that he did not even spend out of. Sad.
The things we do for our
sad. Let's know your friend. Just be careful the kind of friends you have. Please don't use me to start shorty because I don't know you before. Anyway, moving on from that, I'm still talking about Yoruba Nation. Yeah. Now there's a report. Remember that the state governor, the governor of Lagos State, had demanded that a report, an autopsy needed to be carried out ASAP on the lady that was killed during the Yoruba Nation rally in Lagos State. And now the autopsy had been released, the autopsy results, and it said a particular Dr. S.S. Shoyemi, a doctor in the Department of Pathology and Forensics at the Lagos State Teaching Hospital, has revealed that Jumoke died of hemopericardium disruption to the heart and lungs and missile injury to the chest, meaning that it was a bullet. That's the long and short of it. And earlier, the police had come out to say that on that fateful day, they do not know what killed this person because not a single shot was fired. Isn't this contradictory?
This definitely punches holes in the story.
So if it's not them, who did?
And of course, on video, the shots fired that sounded like gunshots, but they said it was tear gas that was only fired and all of that. Now, again, they talked about how the blood had congealed on site, on the site where the lady had fallen. But the autopsy has already proven now that she was, hit by a bullet. The fact that the bullet was not found in the body does not mean that the bullet did not hit the body and pierce through and probably ricochet off the floor or wall or wherever she was standing. You get, this is not a good thing. This lady was not even a protester or protestant or I don't know what to say. Now she was basically a businesswoman, right? She sells drinks and stuff, Abby.
Yeah.
And sadly, her life was cut short. I want to commend Mr. Macaroni. Only about 24 hours ago, did he actually find his way to the lady's family and he donated 500,000 naira.
Yes, I think it was a few days ago, was it?
Yeah, 2 days ago. You get the story, like I saw it like 24 hours ago. Excuse me. And I said, look, this is really commendable. Right now, the family is demanding justice. And look, regardless of whatever stance we take, we try to be as objective as possible. When this happened, we heard the story of the police and we actually pushed it and said, yes, the police is saying XYZ and they were commended for being very professional that day and everything.
Yeah.
Now, they must take the professionalism to the next level. By investigating and coming up with the people or person that fired that trigger that cut short this lady's life. Someone's daughter, someone's wife, someone's sister. It is not fair that people lose their lives just for being where they were at a particular time. Not like because they were perpetrating a crime.
Yeah. So moving on from that, there's a
I
few.
hope she gets justice.
I really hope so. There's a lot of health issues. First things first, COVID. But before we get to COVID, a few days ago, I don't know if you saw the story of how in the US, there was a rare case of monkeypox.
Yeah.
That was seen, I think in Texas. Yeah. Now, which was apparently the Texan resident was actually traveling from Nigeria. Now, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control Director General has now said that 59 suspected cases of monkeypox, with 15 cases already confirmed, have been registered in the country.
Look, people should forgive us of all our sins and iniquities and just stop traveling up and down. That's part of the solution. Because the more people travel, the more these things spread. Now, monkeypox, we don't even know how we're going to handle COVID because I was having a discussion with a couple of people this morning. I was talking to someone who is in the medical field, and he too was saying, look, the way things are going, this thing ain't going
anywhere. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. So we need to find solutions to it.
I get it. We're not acting like we want it to go. Mm-hmm. We're only saying we want it to go, but we're not acting like it. Now, Delta variant is the mutation. Mm-hmm. And how do you feel when there's a mutation of a mutation?
Of a mutation.
Because there are talks of that already.
Be
careful. And one of the ways to do it is to stop all this traveling from continent to continent.
We should just calm down. Everybody needs to calm down.
Then revert back to the COVID-19 protocols. The safety protocols are important.
And still talking about Nigeria, back to COVID. Just yesterday, about 143 patients have also tested positive to COVID-19 in Lagos, the Federal Capital Territory, and 5 other states. This is how it happens. It just starts increasing every day, and before you know it, we're back again. We know that we're officially in the 3rd wave. We do not like the sound of it, but it is what it is. And talking about it, to the Olympics, a total of 71 people accredited for Tokyo Olympics have already tested positive to COVID-19.
Now check this out. You're supposed to have had a COVID-19 test at least 24 hours or 48 hours before you travel.
Probably vaccinated.
You're supposed to have been
vaccinated. Yeah, I know they said they were vaccinating everybody that was coming for.
You get. Then for people who get there, they also that kind of might have slipped through and they were not vaccinated. They created a center for that.
Yeah.
And barely 1 or 2 weeks of receiving people in Tokyo and a few days to the commencement of the Olympics. 71.
Yeah, 71. And
71
in light of that,
cases.
The chief of the Tokyo 2020 organizing committee at today said that they do not rule out a last-minute cancellation of the Olympics as more athletes have tested positive to COVID-19 and major sponsors have actually ditched plans to attend Friday's opening ceremony.
Just stay safe out there, guys.
I honestly didn't think that they were still going to do what's it called?
So if you listen to the Olympic movement, they already said that there was no going back at it.
Yeah, but the way he's looking, because what's the point if half of your athletes, the athletes that are supposed to be there are already down with COVID?
And 2 other things. Tokyo is on emergency.
Yes, it's on red alert as well.
Then a lot of people in Japan don't want the Olympics anymore.
It's
a lot of people saying they don't want it. You know, but 3 things actually. Now we don't get to see the Nigerian men's basketball team if
they beat everybody, Abby. So you can beat everybody. Anyway, still talking about COVID. It is said that over half of Australia's population are now under a stay-at-home orders as the 3rd state in Australia has entered lockdown.
You know, a few months ago, Australia was the model country for you. Australia and New Zealand, especially New Zealand, anyway, they've been able to tackle COVID-19 to a point where life was like going back to normal and everything. And it's down on that, it's far away. You know, people are not supposed to have gone there as much as they will go to Europe. But look at where they are now.
They are. It's sad.
It shows you that COVID-19 is not a joke.
It's not joking. COVID is not joking. As now in the United Kingdom this week, they will start mass deportation of Zimbabweans who sought asylum at the height of the country's political upheavals under late Robert Mugabe.
Alright, so basically what you're saying now is that these people got their asylum granted because they said that they had issues
with the country.
Which is normal.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he's gone. He's been gone for a few years now. So they have to go back.
Oh yes, actually the first 50 deportees are expected in Harare tomorrow.
It's really sad because a lot of people forget that, you know, these things are not permanent. Asylum seeking Except you look for other ways to stay back. Seeking an asylum is just like indeed something like a short-term thing. Although it turns out that at times people end up becoming citizens and all that from seeking asylum.
Okay, now let's come back to Nigeria as
a lot of Nigerians in the UK. I don't know what to say.
Can you just let it go? Why would you not let it go?
All our people.
Amen, amen. As back to Imo State, where a pastor has been stabbed to death while separating a fight between a husband and a wife. Now the story is that the pastor, which I think that was really noble, saw a man beating his wife and threatening to stab her, decided to separate them and maybe call for peace. And then the husband charges towards him and stabs him in the neck. While saying this, people call police. And as they called the police, and police got there and they were trying to separate him, this man charges also to a policeman and almost stabs the policeman in the neck. And of course they had to restrain him and he got shot.
And he was fatally wounded.
Yes.
And I have a problem with that. There are other ways to incapacitate a man. Again, I'm making a case for the Nigerian police to be trained better and equipped better. If they had a taser in this situation, this man would be alive, so that he can actually answer for the murder of the pastor. This fatal shooting or wounding that he experienced has just given him a leeway out.
I think there's actually something wrong with him, because according to report, it said that after attempting to stab one of the officers on the neck, he was shot in the leg in self-defense. He fell down and was immediately disarmed. Now, on getting to the hospital, he was confirmed dead. So
maybe an artery.
Artery, that's also possible.
But again, it still doesn't change my advocacy that
so that he could actually answer for his crime.
Yes, we need to provide tasers and other things that are not fatal to the Nigerian police in a situation like this, because it started out as a domestic affair.
Now 2 people have died.
It was not like it was reported to have been carrying a gun, okay, but it was carrying a dangerous weapon anyway. So you could have actually, stopped him from wreaking more havoc by tasing him.
Yeah.
And all of that. I feel for the family of the pastor. This is a really sad one. Immediately you talked about him trying to play the peacemaker. I played that role a lot of times, which means one could have also been in that position when you come across a crazy man like this who was ready to risk it all. So I also feel sorry for his wife who might have been battered.
Yes, because apparently, according to the story now, she had so much injuries that she is now being admitted into the intensive care unit of a hospital. Okay, now so there is now another story concerning let's backtrack all the way to Sunday Igboho's story. As now there's been reports by Igboho's lead counsel, Yomi Aliyu, who disclosed today that Sunday Igboho was arrested alongside his wife, Ropo, by Interpol. Okay, so that just changes everything. Even though he has said that he has called on the government of Germany and Benin Republic to prevent the extradition of Igbo to Nigeria. I'm not understanding. What's Germany's business in this one?
We'll soon find out. There will be more light shed on all of these things. Like I said, as time goes by, you start to hear more and see more. Then you understand that the other guy that spoke, who claimed to be one of his lawyers,
is probably just
farms in.
So actually,
capping, like they say now.
It's capping, just capping. So yeah, so basically he was arrested by Interpol.
It's getting clearer now.
Okay. Okay, okay, we still have a little bit of time, as I wanted to pick up something where the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria has revealed that 350 debtors are owing almost 2.1 trillion naira, which is 70% of outstanding bank loans.
So all the banks in Nigeria, only 350 people are owing 70% of that.
70% of that, yes. They're saying that they've recovered 1.48 trillion naira out of 4.15 trillion.
Well, how do these banks do it? Because
how do you give out that much?
When we come now to borrow money,
they
will not tell us to go and bring our Bale and his wife and his great grandmother's mother's father's mother's brothers and his uncle. The thing is, you make it difficult for regular people to get loans. Your loans are expensive and difficult to manage. But you give only 350 people 70%
of all the loans
of 4.2 trillion.
Yeah.
Just 350 people. And now they are not paying you back, and you see the economy is in shambles. And we're going to blame the government all the time. What about you and your banking policies and the way you give just 350 people? I would never understand that thing.
How that works.
Because there are a lot of Nigerians out there with ideas who only need a little bit of push, and they'll pay your loans back.
Exactly.
They will pay. But no, you just have to be...
You just have to show yourself. And finally, before we go, talking about sports, we're talking about Nigerian Olympic team and the basketball team. And now it is official. Elizabeth Williams and Nneka Ogumike have officially been said that they will not be able to play for Nigeria in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics after the Court of Arbitration for Sports have also denied their appeal. Now they're saying that it is true that according to FIBA guidelines that a state could potentially change national teams if it's in the interest of developing the sport of basketball, but that they have to wait a 3-year period since their last game with the previous country.
So you see, that's the thing. I think I'm vindicated because I'd already said it before. We have 2 Ogumike sisters playing for Nigeria already. Now she's one of the best. Go check her record. She's an amazing baller.
But funny enough, according to her, she had never. According to reports, the US team had never picked her.
But she always wanted them to pick her.
So
that's the problem.
They were not going to pick you. This is not the first time you're trying.
They
didn't pick you.
Why
did you think about it twice?
Why didn't she join
them then? Exactly. It's but it looks like it doesn't look like it is.
I just feel that she just wanted to be an
Olympian and anyway,
but she didn't play her cards right.
And apparently it looks like it's not happening. At least it's not happening right now. And on that note, that is all we're able to take on the Boom Bar today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the comments. We'll be back again tomorrow. Enjoy your holidays. And from us to you, peace.